is something I don't understand. Let me check that. So, this was quite really weird because I was in airplane mode because I did a little nap before, but I was already online. So this is quite really weird. So I come a little bit to tell you thank you for the numerous messages I received regarding the video of yesterday about mothering, in fact. And it was, I think it's really interesting how the universe is working, because I did not plan to do this video. You know me, I do this when I feel it. It's just that this young woman who contacted me moved me a lot, and this gave me the idea to do a video about this topic. And it's funny because it was just on Mother's Day weekend. So a lot of you thanks me to do that, and also told me how it has been difficult for them with their relation with their mother, and for some it's still difficult even being adult. And I told to some of them, and even if I'm not a reincarnationist, I'm not really believing in reincarnation like it's common said, but for me we are more multidimensional beings. This means that for me a sparkle of our divine essence is living an experience right here. I'm here with you, and another sparkle of my divine essence is living another experience somewhere else, and another one also. And sometimes these experiences can quite like melt this dimension. It can melt from one to another one, and it can create also confusions, and also we can get information from this other field of consciousness. It's very difficult to speak about that, but this is my way to see it. And in fact we create what we imagine. We create, I always say imagination, it's image in action. We are creator at this level. So I was telling to this woman, followers, friends, telling me that they were totally understanding what I was meaning, and they were unable to do it. And I say, you have also to have in mind that maybe there is some interferences of another experience and another dimension, like reincarnation, karma, or something that is not resolved, and maybe the purpose of this experience and this relationship right now in this dimension. So it's very, very difficult because we really don't know. But sometimes we can have feelings, or we can have in dreams, or we can have something that is like attracting us outside of us, and this repeat and repeat again, and maybe this is a direction, or it's an information about the process. Regarding the fact to don't feel, because I'm sure my mother loved me, but she was unable to show it, because I guess also, in this old generation, it was like a kind of shyness to don't say, I love you, or you are beautiful, or you are dear to me, you are the most amazing creature, I cannot believe I bring you in this world. All these things, a lot of people were unable to say that, because it's quite difficult for some people to say I love you, and because maybe in their culture it was not used, or in their family it was not used to say that. So in a way, deep inside of us, we look for these words because we are in a physical dimension, and the words are creators. When we declare something, when we say something, it has a vibration, and this vibration is impacting us. And as we come from this invisible world, our soul is like, in a way, needy, connected to the physical world to get emotions. And by the words, we can be fulfilled emotionally. And this is something that is quite difficult. And it's difficult, like I said, also in the other way, meaning that when you have something that bothers you, it's very difficult to express it. But when it's expressed, you can, without expecting anything, it's possible to have some miracles happening, because you stop to block something, you release something, and the flow of life can flow. And it goes not only in one direction, it goes in all the direction. And it's affecting the two parts of the relationship and even beyond. It's for that yesterday I was speaking about transgenerational. When you work on yourself, when you be more and more interested and curious about yourself, and you resolve things for you in this experience in this dimension, you can release also if there are family secrets, and there are family secrets in almost all the families, and without knowing them. But you can observe patterns that are recurrent, things that are repeating, and you wonder why you am doing always the same thing, why I'm always in the same situation, why I always meet the same people. It can be also possible that it's something that has been hidden or not been resolved in the past by one of the some ancestors. And usually it becomes stronger and stronger. And this can explain also some addictions. But you know, we come here as to have a human experience, and human experiences are made about all these things, all these situations, all these relations, all these emotions. So we are right here doing exactly what we are supposed to do, and sometimes it's not fun at all. This is true. So what I wanted to say that I forgot yesterday, and that I said to this lovely Sia who put me on that track yesterday, you know, when we are not fulfilled, when we don't feel loved by our parents, and we had no words telling, oh, you are beautiful, oh, I love you, and all that, we are tempted. We look for this, because at the level of our soul, we know we are beautiful. We are beauty at this level. At the level of the invisible, there are not this conflict and this judgment and all that. And I spoke about that in one of my videos about what happened after the death of my daughter-in-law, and the big surprise we had when we could get a message from her. And it was quite really, really amazing. So this is something. More we're going to tell, and it's not a question of narcissism and that, more we tell with our heart, our children, that they are dear to us, that we love them. But really, it's not, oh, I love you, like that, you know, like it's become an habit, and you say that because it's like, I love you, I love you. No, you really look at the person, and you are really facing, look in the eyes, and it's very deep. And you say, I love you, and you hug, and you are really present, not like, you know, hanging the phone or going out of the house, just really, really present. This is going to imprint the child, and this what it can create is that the child will be able to say that at his turn when he will be adult. But also there is something that is very important. For example, it's not only the mother, it's also the father. If you are a daughter, a girl, and your father is really without ambiguity about incestual question, because sometimes men don't know, but they can have incestual, not incest, but incestual tendency, but they don't know it. It's normal, because human can attract human, and it's very unconscious. if you are really clear with yourself and you see your daughter growing, I told my son that, and I'm very happy to see my granddaughter how she's reacting when boys are not respecting her. She will not, if she feels a boy don't respect her, she say, you can go away, I don't need someone like you in my life. And this is really wonderful. But this is possible because my son always also put her in a way to recognize her inner power, in a way to tell her that she's valuable, that she's beautiful. Like this, she doesn't have to go in weird unhealthy relationships to hear that, because this is what is happening. If you don't hear that, and you, in a way, you need that, you need this, because we are in a physical body, and it's nice to have someone telling you, oh, you are beautiful, you are the most beautiful. For me, and it's really, it's good for the heart, and the soul is fulfilled. So if you are used to have this at home, you don't look after any kind of weird relation or to have that, because this part is fulfilled, and you don't put yourself in really unhealthy relationships just to get that. And you can also confuse that it's by sex that you can have this approbation of feeling loved and beautiful just because you have sex with someone. So after, this, when you have, as parents, you have this way to be with your children, you relieve something. There is something that can be lighter in their life, in their relationship as well. This doesn't mean they will not go through struggle, because, like I said before, everybody has his own path, and we don't know what is going on at the level of, I could say, karmic level. We really don't know, and we don't know what, it's very hard sometimes, because you see your children going in one direction, and you feel, it's not something you think, it's something you feel deep inside, because they are in a way issue from yourself. So there is a tiny part of yourself that is outside of you, alive there, and you can feel. But it's very difficult in between feeling that your child is going to be in trouble and telling and knowing that that child has to have this experience, and you cannot spare the experience. And as mother, it's very hard, because sometimes you see your children going to struggles, and you can tell them, very often they reject, but they have to do the experience. Their soul decided to have this experience. So you see, it's a lot. It's quite, a very vast topic. But I think the most important thing, like I said yesterday, is to have in mind that as soul we incarnated to have a human experience. There is no mistake, there is nothing wrong. Just being aware of what we do and see if we want to repeat or not things that are unpleasant, and why we repeat them. And when we ask to ourselves, really, oh, why I'm again in this situation? Why? We are aware, so this is a big step already done. It's because we are aware about the pattern we are repeating. And the universe, or if you want, your higher self, your unconscious parts, gonna feel that you are ready for a change, and gonna send you messages, informations. It's for that it's very important to have time with yourself, where you are in silence, where you are, or nice music, or meditation. If meditation is hard for you, just lie down with a nice music and feel your body, and at a moment you will see that there is no differentiation between in and out, because what is out, we breathe it in. In fact, we are breathed by what is out. It's like crossing us, breathing us. So like this, it's communicated, it's possible to communicate, and the flow can come and we can have information, and suddenly you can be lie down like that, just like that, and an idea comes. Where is coming this idea? It's fantastic, you know? And this can direct you on something. But for that, you have to be in silence. For that, you have to be alone. You can have also messages when you are outside with other people. But if you practice this kind of time for yourself, with yourself, it can be taking a bath, you know, just thinking, feeling how it's good to be in the water and having this pleasure. When you go from pleasuring sensation, pleasuring sensation, like this is good, and you take the time to enjoy and to savor it and to feel it, there is this connection, because this is a connection with the soul by the senses. So your soul gonna be moved because and filled and fulfilled, and the need of the soul is fulfilled for you to experiment in the body goodness. And at the turn, the soul gonna give you something, gonna send you. It's impulse, it's no word. Sometimes it can be word, it can be image, it can be symbols, but it can be just a feeling. And this is a magical, because at that moment there is a connection from here and beyond. And you cannot, now at the era we are, you cannot ignore that. And this is the whole purpose of what is going on since more than a year now. It's to be more and more in touch with ourselves. It's not to fear something that you're gonna catch or that you're gonna give or that. No, it's more simple than that. You cannot avoid anything. And when you do this, when you know this deep inside, you are like feeling you are carried everywhere you go on the hand of God. And it's fantastic feeling, a feeling of freedom and safety, because it's like, you know, when you experimented, I experimented for 65 years of my life, a lot of things in my body and sicknesses and things, and every time I discovered something of myself, and this increased more and more the trust in my body that he will repair and do exactly what he has to do. Surrounded by people who are sick, I never fear about being sick. So you know, it's that it's very simple. We made it complicated, and mostly we made it complicated in our developed civilization and society for profit. And when you understand that, you are not dupe. You are not duped, that all is for profit. So it's very simple. It's very, very simple. But for that, you have to have a healthy terrain. And a healthy terrain is not only what you eat, what you drink, where you are, who you are with. It's also how you think, how you relate, how you are curious, how you are excited about life, how you are at home in front of the marvelous, even in tiny things. It's really bringing you in another dimension with another consciousness of life. And it can be in very simple thing. You know, me, I'm amazed. My nails are growing every day, and I see them growing. And this is just, that is fantastic. And people are going to think I'm crazy, but I don't care. I look at that, I say, wow, they grew since 2 days. So it shows me that it's working. This whole thing is working, you know. I had some spots last day, and they are gone. Sure, I still have my wrinkles. They're gonna be worse, but this doesn't make me not enjoying the good food I'm having and cooking and the beauty I'm seeing around and that, you know. And I want to be like that until the end of my life. And maybe I'm gonna get old, who knows? We never know, you know. But I want to be able to sit on the floor like I do since ever. I'm seated on the floor, so this means that I have to stand up, go sit on the floor, stand up all day long. And I'm gonna do it until the last day where I will not be able to do it. Sure, if you are not used to, it's difficult. But when you do it, and it's pleasant because you have a feeling that in a way you exercise without exercising. It's part of your daily routine and training. So you see, it's simple things, but it can really, really help to have a better life, simply to have a better life. And like yesterday, about this relation with mother, and I was ending by saying that in fact, we suffer as child to don't have the mother we expect to have, even if we don't really know what it could be. But after we discover that we have an ability to mother ourselves, and this nobody can do it for us, is what I'll say in all my video. You have really to take care of yourself, to cherish yourself, because nobody gonna do it for you better than you. And this is really, and it's valid for men and women. It's the same for men too, you have to take care of yourself. Often men, they are born from a mother that are like cherish their son, and like I've never been a chicken mother. I never been that, and I did mistakes sometimes maybe, and sometimes I was not where they were expecting me to be, and but it's like that. I did like I could, and I felt at that moment. I'm not perfect, but when a mother gives birth to a son, the son is born from one woman, and after often he's gonna get married to have another mothering partner. So it's better if the man very young is able to mothering himself by himself. Because like this, when we're gonna meet a partner, a woman, and they're gonna be together, it will be easier for the relationship, because the man will be able to do things by himself. He doesn't need to, and will be respectful also of the space of the other one, of the partner. Me, in fact, I've been married twice, 15 years twice, and I've been in a way lucky, but also because it was my boundaries. I had two husbands, and both of them were really respectful of the space. They were willing, cleaning, organizing, not putting the mess everywhere. And this, I was very grateful about that. But also because deep inside of me, I would not accept to have someone in my life who put the mess all around. So it's up also the woman or the mother, and this is make life in a way easier as well. So I'm checking a little bit. I have a friend coming for dinner, so I'm gonna let you. And I did this delicious tomato tart. So I'm checking if I have some. What I'm wearing? It's just a jogging, tie and dye. And I have a brown yak shawl that I love. Look at this beauty. It's so beautiful. This is a brown, natural brown, not dye. So this is what I'm wearing. Brazil, hello. Yes, happy wrinkles. I can also do a bad face, I increase them. But when I do a bad face, it's like bringing me down. So I prefer to lift from inside, And to lift, I use all these things. I cook, I enjoy, I do yoga, I go in nature, I see beauty, I speak with flowers or birds, I'm like in my world. It's what I do to lift me up. It's very simple and it's free, it doesn't cost anything. Or, sure, the food I'm buying. Let's see if I have some question. Turkey, ooh, Colombia, Colombia. I just posted something about this young woman from Colombia that is quite heartbreaking, what is going on there. Yes, yak is fantastic. You know this fiber? This fiber is antibacterial and anti-moth. And it's a fiber, for example, that it's used for the climber of high mountain who does Everest or this kind of high mountain climbs. And they have this as underwear because as it's antibacterial and they cannot wash themselves for like a couple of weeks, they have underwear in yak, and like this it doesn't smell. And also the yak fiber doesn't like moth, so it's anti-moth as well. Okay, so I'm gonna let you. I wish you a good evening or a good day if you start the day. Here it's gonna be the evening. And so there are some questions sometimes I don't understand. I don't understand something. Okay, so have a good night, have a good day, and at very soon. Bye bye.